workshop, Marketing Reimagined 2025 with AI and strategy. Right now, I want to share the presentation so we can get started. Jean-Francois, maybe you can help me doing the... Okay, there you go. Put full
This year's
now is my screen. Yes. Well, welcome everyone again. Get ready to take your business to the next level. This workshop is the first in a series, always designed with one goal: to help you succeed. Today, we are diving into cutting edge AI tools and strategies to unlock your full potential. Stay tuned for more. Together, we're building the future of your success. Let's dive in and make it happen. I will help you now doing an introduction. Our exclusive workshop is the perfect tool to set you on the path to success. At Beyond Marketing, we are committed to maximizing the potential of our entrepreneurial clients, not just through our services, but also with training to enhance their resources and tools. We understand that growth and expansion can be challenging. That's why our mission is to help businesses reach new heights, ensuring they thrive and achieve extraordinary success. And we know that we here in the US, over 30 million small businesses, according to census.gov, 20% fail within the first years. A statistics that says that it's growing over time. So we're here to change that narrative, ensuring your business not only survives, but thrive. And the main risks the businesses face include a lot of product market fit due to inadequate market research, poorly designed and execute marketing strategies, among others like cash flow, operational costs. So this exclusive workshop will give you the tools to enter the market confidently, reducing costs and risk while maximizing efficiency and setting your business on a path to extraordinary success. So now I want to introduce you Jean-Francois. He's a marketing specialist, and he's actually a person, and I'm happy to have you as a friend because in this journey of creating and beyond marketing, he helped me a lot to set all the systems and platforms with in order for you guys to have this workshop. So I will give you now the pass, Jean-Francois. Yes. My first question for you will be uh, to tell us your experience uh, and what you're doing right now.
appreciate that, and thank you everyone for joining us today. I know it takes a little time for you to actually come on an actual live call like this to be able to share this with us. So I appreciate you all for being here. Listen, I'm like everybody else. Like I'm just a normal guy that just took action, and pretty much I'm here today. What we all love to do, which is playing around with marketing tools. So I'm gonna give you a backstory. Like it was pretty much a day like every other. I woke up thinking that I'd be going to work. And my work at that time was at a call center. So I get up, I go into my vehicle, I drive like a 30-minute drive off the highway, and then pretty much I get to this building. I get into the building and I'm thinking to myself right there, am I really gonna give myself up again to this building where I pretty much gave my whole life to? For about 5 years, I pretty much come into the same building where my hopes and dreams were just pretty much getting sucked out of. So I said to myself, okay, well, I guess I'm gonna just suck it up and just do it anyways. So I get in there, and as I'm walking by the cubicles, and they're cubicles for a reason. They keep us pretty much stagnant and concentrated in that space for over 8 hours. And I was telling myself as I'm walking by, I'm really doing this. I'm really getting into this pretty much trap, and this is pretty much going to be my whole day. as I'm actually getting closer to my desk, I pull up my desk chair, I sit in it, and I'm like, man, I'm really doing this thing. I'm about to just clock in and do the whole smile and dial thing. As you know, if you're anywhere involved in in the workforce or and through the entrepreneurial world, the thing is when you're calling people day to day, they say that you got to smile to be able to get that kind of endorphins and being happy while you're calling people, right? So it puts your mindset in a positive light. Well, that moment I was like, I'm pretty much being fake to myself. But I said, anyways, I'm let's do it because my mom always told me I could be anything. I could be a lawyer, I could be a doctor, I can be pretty much anything that I wanted in this world. Well, in my eyes, I kind of felt it wasn't the case. I was never really good at anything else, like in general, for what she was pretty much saying I was good at. I wasn't very big at studying as well. I wasn't very, how do you say, diverse in all the studies. So at that moment, I was telling myself, I'm not really good at anything other than, picking up the phone and call. So I finished up my day. And at the same time, I said, hey, you know what? It was a good day, anyways. I was able to help some people. So I think I did something good today. So I go home, and that was that first time what I was really saying to myself, like, if I don't make something happen, if I don't make a change, then I'm going to be stuck in this work life promising that I would get that pension at 65 and retiring from that. That's going to be my end story. So I said, no, I can't let my life be like this. I can't let my life go on to the hands of others and dictating how I'm going to end my life in this world. So I said there has to be another way around that. So that's next morning. What I did is I went out of my way and went on my computer. I started looking up ways to make money online, ways that I can generate some more income. And some courses started popping up on like how to generate more income online and things like that. I'm not sure if you guys know any of this, but these popular courses, ads that are popping up. If you know what I'm talking about, you can put it in the chat. You can put a yes, I know in the chat. But these courses just started popping on my computer. And I started thinking like, maybe I'll give it a shot. I'll click on it and I'll see what will happen from it. Well, guess what? I clicked one of those ads and I went to the actual course itself, and it was showing me on possibilities on how to actually generate more income online. And the best part about it is that it was showing me how to do it without the overwhelm of all the technical stuff and all the things behind that I had no idea on how to do. And that was using AI technology. And if you know anything about AI technologies, artificial intelligence that pretty much does most of the work automatically for us without us having to hands on do it ourselves. So, like many of you, I'm sure you felt like if you had to fully know all the tech skills, you'd be able to implement all the strategies that are now ongoing in the marketplace, in the marketing side of things. So, if that's you, then let me know as well in chat if you feel like it's kind of like overwhelming for you when we're talking about automation and we're talking about AI. So that way I understand like what kind of difficulties that you're going through when we're talking about AI. If you're familiar with it, then awesome. Say that as well in the chat that you're familiar with it because I want to see who do we have in the actual room right now. So let me know in the chat if that's you. All right, Rhonda says I'm familiar. That's awesome. Who else? All right, Adriano. Also, me too. That's great. Awesome. Rohan, a bit. Okay. So that's awesome. So we have a lot of you that are already familiar with it. Atisha say, yeah, same a little as well. Awesome. Great, great, great. So when it comes to like the artificial intelligence as well, listen, it's something that can be used in different fields of work. It doesn't only require you to be in a specific industry for it to work for you as well. And Jonathan says, me too. Awesome. Great. So this is what I'll do here is I'll start presenting to you what that means because now I'm in a position where I want to give back to entrepreneurs and business owners and maybe also 9 to 5ers that were like myself that were struggling to know how to do things online and you still want to do more. Like you still want to go out there and produce more products or You want to give back, but you just don't know how, right? So that's why we have now this tool that's able to help us do that, which is with AI technology. So I'll share this with you. So pretty much, I'm Jean Francois. I'm the seasoned marketing expert in the sense I've done a lot of social media as well as strategy. I pretty much have a good experience. I've done this for about 7 years now. And I'm the founder of Turn Up Live Media, which I help a lot of business owners streamline their operations and marketing strategies as well. And I help business implement this without the overwhelm. So the overwhelm is all the technical stuff that they have to figure out by themselves by holding them accountable to their dreams. How many of you have had like dreams of making thousands and millions, a year, but you figure that the thing that you're currently using, which is your vehicle right now, is not able to produce that? Let me know in the chat. Like if you felt like that. Yes, Adriana, awesome. I get it. I feel you.
And also, I can tell that there are a lot of noisy out there, no, Jean-François, that says AI, you can do your business on autopilot. So yeah, everyone have one application, one software or something. Then when they start studying or going over those, appear a new one which is most developed or more innovative, and then you feel like you're stuck. What what is your recommendation in that part? Business owners and entrepreneurs should have like essentials tools to actually run their business.
100%. Definitely, especially when you're talking about the tools. There's a lot of moving parts, especially when we're talking about starting a business, right? You're the chief operator of everything. You're doing the marketing, you're doing the sales, you're pretty much doing the operations. Maybe you're hiring people as well. So how do you manage all of these things? All right. So that's something that also a lot of clients have told me as well. It's like there's so many things, Jean Francois, that I don't even know where to start. Well, the main thing is usually at least implementing some of it. So it kind of reduces the amount of work that you have to physically do yourself. So it at least gives you more flexibility to now be able to have more production in your work, right? So that's something that I definitely see a lot of my clients go through. So as I was talking about this, we're talking about the AI expanding the roles, especially when it comes to like, for example, the insurance space. We'll use that as an example, right? You can use AI in personalizing campaigns, which is like for ads, for example, if you were to use ads to market yourself. When it comes to your pricing, you can analyze data as well. You can also use AI to do market research for you. And when it comes to underwriting as well, it also helps you with getting those approvals a lot faster because it analyzes this information for you. Like think of it as a supercomputer, right? The computer that has all of the knowledge already integrated in it. All you have to do yourself is pretty much give it the actual thing that you want for it to give it back to you. So it actually becomes kind of like the number one employee that you kind of pay at a reduced cost because it doesn't require you much to have this AI employee work for you directly. Makes sense? If it makes sense for you, tell me in the chat that it makes sense. Makes sense. Awesome. Awesome. Great. So I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page and I'm not losing anybody. Great. Awesome. So with this, even like in the insurance side, like you can even claim a lot of the tasks that you typically do on a daily in an automated way, like intake forms. You can gather information from your current clients. You can also use it for fraud detection, for example, if you were to flag any kind of suspicions that are currently happening right now. And also, you can get a lot of approvals and also follow up sequencing that can also happen in a pretty much fast way. And all of it, and a click on a button, all you need is pretty much your computer. And that's pretty much will do all of the work for you. So, this is the power of what we can do with technology today that has pretty much brought us closer to kind of like a revolution. We're now seeing this revolution where a lot of businesses, even entrepreneurs or even day-to-day person can now use this tool to its benefit. So I'm also adding more people in the room. Awesome, awesome. Everybody that just came in, welcome, welcome. So we haven't really gone into it too much, so you haven't missed too much. So not a problem. So AI itself, you can pretty much have it where it helps your clients have customer service 24/7, having it be able to respond to messages, inquiries, all of a click of a button, right? You have AI chatbots that handle inquiries anytime. You can personalize the advice, for example. So if somebody were to call your company or your place of business, you can have the actual AI agent pretty much answer as if you were a real person. Like, how many of you would love to have that in your business or your place of business where you would have it take care of all your inquiries for you without having to lift the phone yourself? Let me know in the chat if that's you. If you would love to have something like this where it would actually take on all your calls, all your text messages, and automate it for you. Atisha say yes. Yeah, awesome. So easy. Yes, I love that. Rohan says maybe. Okay. Adriano says thumbs up. So yeah, definitely. So definitely when it comes to this, we're now in a position where this is not a dream anymore. If we're thinking about the old movies kind of style, this used to be a thing of like, this could never really happen in real life. But in today's age, 2025, this is actually happening where a lot of businesses are now implementing this and it's happening, whether we like it or not. Now, depending on us, it's all about, well, do we want to be able to stay up to date with this and stay ahead of the curve? Or do you want to stay behind the curve and only be a spectator and catch up later? Well, that's a question I'll leave with you. So with this, it'll help you boost your operational efficiencies, which is handling the processing and automations. It's going to help you reduce the cost because listen, an AI employee itself, it doesn't require much of the expense compared to what you would pay a normal employee, especially if you're paying them on a weekly or bi-weekly basis. It becomes kind of costly. And remember, when you have employees, I have nothing wrong with employees because listen, I used to employee myself, but we all know that you can't really dictate how an employee is going to receive the information. But when you're speaking to a computer, well, it has the capabilities to understand a lot as long as we teach it exactly what we need it to do. So this helps with reducing the errors and the expenses as well. So this is the power of where we're at now, especially when we're getting into this revolution. Now, the big ideas to summarize is pretty much the efficiency of implementing this because it's going to give us a lot of the leverage that we need, especially as business owners and entrepreneurs. So, we're going to be able to help our customers gain more confidence in our services because we're able to respond to them quicker. And we're also able to save costs because now we have our own tools that are able to reduce the hiring process that we normally would use for a lot of the employees that we hire. And that gives you as the business owner or as the day-to-day person, the competitive advantage to be able to stay ahead of what everybody else is doing right now. So pretty much, Adriana, I wanted to share that at least with our guests today so they can actually understand what is AI and where we're at right now in terms of this revolution AI is bringing us today.
Yes, AI is every industry you can possibly imagine. Yeah, in financial, from you name it, banks, insurance, everywhere, everywhere, education. So yeah, it's important to be aware that AI and technology is doing its innovation every day, and we need to adapt. So, a next question for you would be is how can we do like a demo for an entrepreneur, let's say a business in insurance, or this technology, these systems apply for all kind of businesses. For example, a small entrepreneur that are using um, the essential tools to get more clients? What is the essential to get more clients?
So in terms of the essentials of getting more clients, there's a wheel I actually go by, and I say this wheel is so important because it targets all the things that we need, especially as entrepreneurs. So we have the marketing side, but first behind that, we have the idea. So as an entrepreneur, you usually have an idea, and the idea is like, hey, I want to start a business that's going to be able to help people, right? So this amazing idea is like in your head, and you're like, I want to get it out there. Well, after that, it's like, well, what's your target? Well, your target is I want to help 100 people or 1,000 people. So if that's the case, how do you do that? Well, you have to get yourself known. You have to get yourself out there so people know who you are. Because obscurity is what doesn't get us visibility to have people in front of us that actually want our service. So we have the idea, target, we then move towards the marketing. Then we have the actual leads, which are the people themselves that are actually coming in. And then after that, we have the follow up and then the sales side of things. So how you actually positioning yourself with your offer, with your services, and then the operation side of things. So how are you managing the actual clients that you currently have in your business, and how do you actually get more people to help you if needed, or you have a system like AI that's helping you on the back end of things. So I am not able to go into all of those different segments today, but I could definitely share you two of them, which is going to be the actual marketing side of things and the actual lead management side of things. Is that fine with y'all? Let me know in the chat if that's okay with you. All right. So Ariano, Atisha, okay. Wanda, awesome. Perfect. Rohan, Eduardo says yes. Awesome. Oh, he says everyone. Awesome. All right. So we'll get to that.
The new cookies. Hello, hello from Peru. Hello, hello from Spain. All over the world here.
Yes, we have a great crowd today. If I wanted to move forward and, like, for example, create content with this, I can say, for example, generate an image with an unusual blend of two styles, right? And this right here, with a click of a button, is going to actually use this information to be able to generate the actual image that I wanted to generate. And this is all of a click of a button, right? And remember, we want something that is efficient and also provides us quick results. So look at that, right? Just right there, just of a click of a button, took about 2 seconds, and I was able to generate this image right here. Now, of course, depending on your industry, depending on what you want to do as a creative idea, all you got to do is pretty much tell it what you want, and it's going to be able to give it back to you. And this can be repurposed in any format that you want. A lot of us are using social media, for example, to promote ourselves as business owners and entrepreneurs, or maybe just as a creative way to just share information as well. So it can go on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, maybe TikTok as well. So those are ways you can share. And you can pretty much use this as maybe a design if you want to start handing out flyers, for example. There's many ways that you can implement this. So this is just simple as content. There's another thing that's called Pika right now, which is an online app where you'll be able to actually just upload either like a photo or anything like that. And it can actually automatically do some effects for you just using the prompts, right? So if I were to go on here, and I were to click on generate, all right, so it's gonna process right now. But I'll use this one here, for example. So I did this earlier where it was just a picture that I just pretty much just put together, and the AI itself took it and actually digitalized it and made it actually real. Like it actually sand that's actually like dissolving itself. So like I said, like this is the power of AI. Looking at this picture over here, which I just took of just a person that had some like back pain issues, and it transformed it into an actual active uh, image that's now a video of somebody squeezing the back of it. So just goes to show like how powerful this AI system can actually uh, be. It can actually give us a lot for what we actually expected. So we'll see what this actually generates in a few seconds as well. But meanwhile, if you have any questions relating to that, put that in the chat as well. But we'll have a moment at the end also for questions. So as you see here, it just generated a new video of just like this bubbly thing that's yellow and it's actually in the actual image, right? So it's crazy. It's like, wow, there's so much thing we can do with this.
Yes,
That's fine.
let me tell you. So these apps gives you like it's very creative, right? So then in time you will have many programs or applications that can give you more different ways to communicate to us, because this helps you to make a brand and then the awareness, right?
100%. And the awareness is the main thing. Like if people don't know you, then how do you expect them to actually work with you, right? This is the thing that we have to work on all the time, especially when we're starting out. Most business owners fail because they're not known enough in the marketplace and they're not able to generate enough money to be able to stay afloat. So that's the main thing that we have to really stay realistic with when it comes to starting a business. Yes, it's going to be great to actually have this idea come on into the life, but to be able to maintain it, it requires us to put the effort in and constantly work on things that are actually helping us evolve as well as business owners. So behind this, it's like once you're actually putting out the actual content, what do you do with that, right? Like you have your content that's out there. Maybe people are starting to talk to you and that's awesome. That's great. Well, how do you actually manage that? Well, this is the thing. You're going to have something that's able to capture the information for you and being able to now relate it back to you. So the main thing that we use to do that is what we call is a landing page. So for all of you that do know what a landing page, let me know in the chat. Yes, if you do know what a landing page is, and no in the chat if you don't know what a landing page is. All right, so Janet says yes. Rhonda says yes. Atisha say yep. Eduardo says something that takes you to your potential customers in a sense. And Rohan says kind of. Okay. Awesome. So pretty much a landing page is a one pager that pretty much offers the services or the information that you want somebody to see. It's a lot different compared to a website where the website is pretty much everything that you have like a stock hold of all of the information and details. It's kind of like um a online showcase of what you do or what you offer. So there's many.
Maybe a summary of your services, of your product.
Definitely, they can even be set as a summary. Yes, so it gives you a little short summary, a little brief of what you do, and it pretty much has the attention towards one action, which is actually like, hey, I want to create something like as a service, or you want to provide a product to people. So that's the main attention of that. So that's pretty much the difference between what a website would normally do compared to what an actual landing page would do. So sometimes people get the confusion of the two because there's a lot of similarities to both. But it's important to know the difference between each because it makes a major difference on how we use them. So imagine now if we were to have this whole concept of like, I want to create a landing page, right? But we don't have the tech skills. And a lot of us will probably hire somebody that has that kind of skill set. And let me know in the chat if you've ever hired a designer or a web developer to build you a website. And let me know in the chat how much that cost you. If you want to share with that, that's okay. If not, no problem. But how much it typically costs to be able to actually hire a web developer or somebody to actually create websites for you? Rohan says, I know it costs a lot. Yeah, definitely. Janet says 2K to 5K. Yeah, 100%. So pretty much, like Janet said, it's about 2K to 5K. If you really want to have an intensive website or a landing page that's very interactive and dynamic, this is even 3.5K. So definitely it is costly. And I used to even charge for that service for myself. I used to have clients pay me 2K to 3K just to be able to build them an actual page where it showcases everything that they do, has their whole team and all that stuff. And listen, it's great and all, but behind that is all the work, the effort of putting it together, right? So imagine now if you were to be able to do this in a matter of seconds or even minutes, right? This is the power of what we're able to do with AI now, which is something that I'll show you briefly as an example, where all we have to do is pretty much give it a kind of like detail of what we want. So give me in the chat here like a business name and I'll pick one real quick. So just give me a business name or a business industry we'll focus on. All right, so we have literary, daycare, insurance. Okay, well, let's go. Let's go with the literary. We'll start with that one. Tax services. Let's see if we have this. Well, we could go with book publisher. All right. And then here, what we're going to be doing here is what we want it to do. So do we want it to actually generate more appointments? Do we want to showcase our services? Or do you want to sell more products and services? Well, most of us, what we want to do is sell more product and services, right? So that's the main thing that we usually want to do. And now we want to indicate to it, like, what should it feel like? Should it feel friendly? Should it feel professional, inspirational, conversational, humorous, sarcastic, persuasive? Like, what is what kind of tone do we want it to have? So let me know in the chat, which one do we want to go with this one? Is it inspirational, professional, conversational? All right, so inspirational. Humor is being professional. Humor really brings people. And for me, yeah, definitely humor. I love that. Okay, so we'll go with inspirational. We'll go with inspirational on this one. All right. And then now we're gonna let it do its work. The AI employee of the year is now pretty much taking the hands-on work for us and is gonna be generating it in a matter of minutes. So meanwhile, I just want to show the actual power of this because there's a lot of nuances that we don't even know about that's actually getting done while we're looking at this get made. right? All the technicalities, all the details, all the imaging, all the dynamic movement that you usually see on a website, right? Like even right now where we're looking at this is all made through code pretty much. And somebody took the time to actually build this. Now, in a matter of seconds, now we pretty much have something that's able to be done pretty quickly. So if we're looking at it now, and I'll put this on view mode so we all can see. So this is pretty much what we have as the final, well, almost final product, right? So we kind of have a rough draft here, but look at even just the image, the picture that it even took, just in the background, just from what we just inputted as information. And it put in the title, like the header, transform your manuscript into a masterpiece with literary. Like, wow, discover new world with literary. Your journey to becoming a published author begins here. Embrace expert guidance, custom publishing, and unparalleled support. And this is all in a matter of seconds. Right? It's pretty good. I think it's pretty good. Let me know in the chat if you think this is pretty good. Like explore your diverse publishing services, explore a world of comprehensive publishing from print to digital with expert guidance, seamless distribution, and dedicated promotional support to turn your manuscript into a masterpiece. And it has a call to action, which is publish your story today. Now we have explore your full spectrum publishing services, explore our tailored publishing solution from editing to worldwide distribution. Right?
And Francois, I have some question in the chat. What is the app that you're using? And Atisha say, wow, you made it in 2 minutes. Amazing.
100%. And definitely at the end, Adriana will be able to share those details with you. Not a problem. That is definitely okay. So for right now, this, like you mentioned, Atisha, like this is amazing. Like a matter of minutes, we pretty much have it pretty much done for us. Like all we have to do is just put in our logo over here, adding our social media details if you want to add that. And everything is pretty much built out for us. Like the most common questions are usually asked. They're pretty much here as well. So we get to see this in real life action. And here you can also put your own testimonials if you wanted to as well. But even this, like it looks like it's pretty much like a normal person would normally see these kind of things. So it's not too bad. And we could just change the words just a little bit so it sounds just a little bit more like real, not less, like a little less robotic. But like imagine the hours that it would normally take somebody to create this kind of like detail on a website or even a landing page itself, right? So this just goes to show how powerful the actual AI and automation can actually be. So I'll just stop sharing for a bit here so I can see the chat again. This saves time and money. Exactly, 100%. It does save time and money. Absolutely, 100%. So go ahead, Adriana. I'll follow up with your question afterwards.
Yes. What I would like to say is like, we now know the difference between a website and the landing page. What you create is the landing page in a matter of seconds, right? And this landing page is really powerful because it's very active. You can communicate your products or services, and you pretty much have the call to action. If you provide some value information that is very interesting for the prospect or the clients, you will get other the information from the customer or the prospect, and then you can continue giving some tips, giving some insight that can help your customer, no? And in any industry that you are in, the industry, I don't know, I can tell, air conditioning, a CPA, if you provide some tips, some ideas in order for your clients to do better in every area, so it will be interesting to know more about you. Right?
100%. Definitely. And that's the beauty of it too. Like this doesn't restrict what kind of industry you're in. Like this could be used for any kind of industry, insurance, or if you're pretty much into literacy or book publishing, It could be pretty much fitness. I work with different people in different walks of life. So definitely the power of this is like there's no actual limit to what you can do. You can actually do with AI technology nowadays.
So now you mentioned about ChatGPT is our best friend. When you input a good prompt, it's like you're making a good question, you can have a good answer. So you need to work and to have a good formula to make the question. So a good question, so you can have a good answer, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
And then, so one of the essential tools for an entrepreneur, a business owner, is this landing page. But then, what complete the whole system so they can track the clients? Because the landing page gather information of your prospects, and you can give um I don't know, newsletter, tips. But then, how you can convert?
Great question. So this is pretty much the first thing was what I mentioned earlier is the attention part, right? You're putting out content, people are getting at least details or information about who you are, what you do, and how you serve them. And then from there, you capture the information on a landing page. Well, how do you capture is because you give them at least a place that they can leave their details, which is they have a form that they can fill out, giving access to you and now being able to follow up with them. Now, once you have this information, what you do behind that is you actually use this thing called a tracking system to be able to actually follow up with them. So this is here the back end where you'll be able to now manage all of these leads, right? Now you have a lot of actual people that are getting onto your page. Well, you have to be able to follow up with these people, right? How do you do this? Well, you have to be able to implement a strategy uh, and also a system that's able to manage this for you because you're a solopreneur, or maybe you have a team of 2 or 3, but they're working maybe 3, 4, maybe 5, maybe 8 hours a day. So how do you actually keep track of this? Well, this is the thing that we implement for a lot of our clients here is that we put an automation system together so that way you don't miss out on possible opportunities for you as a business owner to make sales or help other people achieve their goals and objectives. So first thing is that we present to them the landing page. Once we actually get them on the landing page, we now follow up with them with text message, emails. It could be for a month, it could be for a week, for example. And it gives us now the reassurance that we're not letting the leads or clients fall into the cracks. So that way you're always engaging with them. So this is pretty much what we do and implement to be able to save us the cost of losing potential clients.
Yeah, and that platform could be go high level, right? To do all these.
100%.
Mhm. And this has a CRM that you can be in contact also with the clients and can text through text message, emails, and from here also you can do a better follow up.
100%. And the beauty of it is that you're able to not only manage everything like text message, email, um, and social media, but you're able to do it all in one place, right? This is the beauty of it. So, letting somebody in here. So, for example, on here, if I were to have somebody call, right, they're calling me directly and I have somebody else that's texting me. Well, imagine you have a thing called pretty much a cell phone and you can only do so much at the same time. So you can have somebody call you directly and you can also have somebody text you at the same time, right? So for example, on this one here, it was unsuccessful, yes, but what it was able to do, which was AI itself, it generated an actual auto message directly. So the person actually text message like client strategy, and the AI itself responded. We provide tech resources like appointment reminders, CRM services, development of business chatbots, automatic text sequencing triggered by missed calls, are solutions aimed to improve your business daily operation. And this was the AI itself that was responding for me on my behalf, right? Meanwhile, I could have been upstairs, downstairs, I could have been outside, I could have been anywhere. And it took over that role for me. And the best part about this is that you can implement this for your current clients and also your future clients as well, if you want to do this for them as well. So that's the beauty of it. And like I mentioned earlier, you can have text messages, or you can also have like WhatsApp as well. If you want to actually do it from WhatsApp, connect your WhatsApp on here. And same thing when it comes to the email side of things, you can have your emails go out from here as well, where you send out an email and as well send a text message if you wanted to do it like that also. And what's the amazing part about it is if you were to actually request a payment, well, listen, most of us, we don't want to actually go out of the actual system. We want to do everything all in one. So you can actually go ahead and put in your actual service item and you could put a price and you can just bill the customer right here without having to go out of the platform. Like, how amazing is that? Like, let me know in the chat if you find this being like just an all in one powerhouse and you want to get this in your hand. Like, put powerhouse in the chat. Yeah, Adriana Powerhouse, Atisha Powerhouse, Jan Powerhouse, 100%. So it just goes to show this is exactly where we are now in 2025 to be able to leverage these kind of tools to our benefit. Like, listen, like I mentioned before, I went from being a 9 to 5 employee going into an office space where I felt like I was trapped. I did not know how to get out of it. And listen, I don't have any major next level tech skills. Like I didn't go to any major school other than the school of life to be able to learn how to do this thing. And all it required was dedication and just showing up every single day to be able to learn this. But then afterwards, the AI and automations and the tools itself does the work for me. Like I don't have to know all the nuances to be able to do this. So for all of you that maybe have had the idea, man, like I have to be an expert to be able to do this. Like, trust me, like you can do this. I believe that people that have the courage to just get out there and do the thing, well, I believe that there's ways that we're able to implement. And this is what AI helps us do, is helping the day-to-day average person being able to implement the major big corporations technologies that are normally out there and giving us that power now too. So that's pretty much what I'll give you with, because listen, I want to talk more about this, but we will be here for another 3 to 4 hours for sure.
Yes, yes, there's a lot of things to do with digital marketing, with AI, with automation. But well, for participants that join later, at the beginning, we introduced Jean-Francois. Jean-Francois is a seasoned marketer. You say that you're very humble, but you are a seasoned marketer and a social media strategist with over 7 years of experience in sales, branding, messaging, and impact-driven marketing. And you are the founder of Turn It Up Live Media and help countless business owners and entrepreneurs streamline their marketing and attract more clients with a smart system and automations. And I'm so happy to be your friend because yes, we've been recently updated marketing for almost 4 months ago, 6 months ago. And yeah, you are really helpful. You were really helpful. All our schoolmates, our teammates that have these issues. They are entrepreneurs and they are so busy, so busy. You know, running a business is really, really hard. So you have a lot of things on your plate. You need to sometimes to be the accountant. You have to be just the CEO and manager, and then you need to do your marketing. No, you need to give that part to the experts. And the best part of it is like when you contact people so savvy like Jean-Francois, you can guide them, right? If they want to learn how to do the essentials, the basics, so they can run and be more confident in these tools.
and you also can give that help as well. Tell us more about
100%.
it.
Definitely. So listen, I was in the same position as you were, where I did not fully understand how to do this. I went out of my way to put in the effort and understanding the major parts of moving these kind of tools together and getting it started. So listen, I'm pretty much going to offer this on the call here, which is a free strategy call where we'll be able to get on together and actually explore ways that you can do this. So if you go onto the link right here, you'll get onto my calendar. And this is a 30-minute call where we don't have any judgment on where you are in terms of your starting point. If you're a seasoned expert on it, that's awesome. I always love collaborating with people that are even more out there than I am. So we can actually collaborate and seeing other ways we can implement this together. But if you're a beginner as well and you're just starting out, listen, I will hold your hand through the process. And with Ariana's assistance as well, we'll be able to also get you started in a way that's going to get you the results that you're looking for as well. So don't be afraid. Definitely book a call. It's definitely open to all of you. So looking forward to working with each one of you. And like I said, I believe in a world where we are all able to not feel overwhelmed with technology, where we'll be able to actually now use technology to be able to help us save time for the things that really matter, which I believe is our family, our friends, and being able to finally live a life that truly matters. Because, living a life of just working all the time, for some of us, it's okay, but for most of us, we really want more out of life before we have to give our time up into this world. So, thank you so much for joining me on the call today. And I'm looking forward to working and speaking with a lot of you afterwards.
Thank you very much, Jean-Francois, and thank you very much for all our participants to take their time, your precious time to join us. Like Jean-Francois mentioned, you can connect with him and then he can help you because the main goal is make your success. And yeah, you succeed. You have a lot on your plate. Thank you, Jean-Francois.